Hey guys, welcome to the Heart of David. Hope you guys are doing well today. I haven't been doing a lot of videos like the ones that you see in here. Haven't been that well because my back is just really, it's done a job on me, especially today. It's started to get better, and then it comes back. It's like, I don't know, man. It's really tough. It's really tough. So, my topic today is what happened in that debate last night, and I'm gonna talk about some things first, just very briefly, and then I'll get to that. I feel so uncomfortable in these videos because of this pain in my back, and I'm trying to treat it too. Because you can see I have ice and I have heat. I still do my workouts, but I don't do push-ups. I don't do anything that strains my back. It's tough to live, right? Sometimes. So when your back is just pounding and crushing, I lose my ability to communicate socially on a video. I do. That's what's happening. It's unfortunate, but let me see here. I just wrote down a few points about this debate and other stuff that's going on. I just wanted to say this. I'm going into a field of addictions counseling, okay? And like that's what I've chosen to get into, and hopefully in 4 years, and without my back being like this, I'll be able to help people in addictions and have a private practice. That's what I'm looking at. And you know, there's a lot of stuff I can take from my life in there as well that will really help me, but I'm sure you can understand what I'm about to face though, and I'll be volunteering as well actually very soon for other stuff to try to help me build myself up to be able to counsel people. I can't counsel people already right now, but there are specific ways you have to do things. And one thing that I cannot bring into the situation is, can you guess it? It will be, you know, it'll be pretty tough, and it's God. You can't, unless someone talks to you about God, you can't bring that up. And I understand that, but yeah, just in the position and everything that God has done for me, it's just hard to imagine. So, because, you know, when you talk to people with addictions and when I'm volunteering for other stuff, for like crisis and stuff like that, it's hard because you know that I gotta get this on my back. You know that that's the answer, right? You know that's the answer, but you still have to go by the book. So anyways, I have to heat this up, guys. This is bad. You know I don't have to come here on video when I feel like this, and you know what? I will be coming on here less and less. It's my back that's been doing this to me. It's just horrible to have a strained back. I had 2 days where it got better, but anyways, I don't want to make this about me. I'm just telling you, like, I will be making less videos because of studying. I'm already pre-studying. I have been for a number of weeks, and my school starts very soon. So, and then volunteering with that and all the other things I have to do, but it doesn't mean I won't though. Okay. I'm gonna speak about this. I have knowledge in politics. I'm not saying I'm a professional or anything like that, but I'm not bad either. If it comes to like debates and stuff like that. I don't look at, oh, that's the other thing I wanted to say before I get to this. You're gonna have to pardon the way my mind is working right now. Before I even get to that, listen to this. Isn't it funny? I've been trying to steer myself away from politics. Like I said, if I'm doing my dishes and I see something, I might hit it and watch a video or something like that to keep up with some of the news stories. Or say, like, when I'm studying, I might get bored and I might look at the news ticker and just look through the stories. And right now, there is more propaganda than I've ever seen combined in my life. It's horrific. And as I'm looking through, what am I seeing? This is very troubling. If you have a laptop, and listen, I don't use a smartphone, okay? I don't use a smartphone. I have a smartphone, but I don't use data, okay? On my laptop here, I can just take my arrow, go down, put it over the ticker, and news stories come up. And I've been noticing gradually that a disease pops up about a few times a day, at least. And I don't know if it's because of the election coming up, but we know in Matthew 24, we know why we're seeing this. It doesn't mean that these are naturally occurring things. So what did I just see last night? Or was that this morning? The first case ever of transmission of, what was it, the bird flu to humans. It was like Louisiana or something like that. Don't take me for that. Do you think that's a coincidence? And of all places, all these diseases are popping up in the US or North America. So what did I see also today or last night? Since the first case since 1967 of rabies, I guess in a human. This is Matthew 24, pestilence. There'll be pestilence, earthquakes. This is evil people. I don't think those are naturally occurring. What would be the chances of all of them happening together? Mpox and all these things. I would... When this happened, right? When that happened, how many diseases did you hear of or read of before that? None. They were all under control. And I make this video because of the evil of the left. Because it's all on their side that all this stuff comes from. And I don't know if they're going to use it to disrupt things. They keep telling us that these new diseases are popping up. Bill Gates released all those mosquitoes. Next thing you know, there's all this trouble with mosquito-borne stuff. You know this. It's just insane. So here's my recommendation on when you're reading about these things and when you're hearing about these things. Turn away. Don't. You go ahead and read it. Don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared about. And even if it comes near us, what's that scripture, you know? 1,000 may fall on my right hand, 10,000 on my left type thing. True believers know, even if it does, we'll end up in a good place. Just to think of, what are the chances of like 6 significant diseases happening? What was the other one? It was anthrax, killing like a whole bunch of herd in the US of all places. Anthrax. Will it go to humans? Can it jump to humans? And then here we have gain of function, because that's all they're doing. It's because they're evil. So just give me a second. I gotta move because of my back. I'm going to talk about what I saw I didn't even know the debate was going to happen. It was just a coincidence. I looked last night. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to watch this and study this. I want to see what I already know what Trump's going to say, but I want to see what she says. We all know what's happening at the border. How can she look the American people and tell the cities, like like California, New York, Colorado, whatever it is, Minnesota, Chicago, how can she straight-faced look and say there's not an issue and that she created the issue? I have no idea. In charge of the border hasn't even been there. They say 12 million, but it's probably around 18 million. Criminals, terrorists. You have people with guns. There are gangs all over the place now. Wow, man. Why wouldn't you want a person like Trump to find these people and deport them? You can go and you can look. This is what how would you know? Okay, so what people like, okay, she's a communist. There's nothing more you need to know. And I believe I read that her father was too. So you wonder where it came from. What the enemy does to you is exactly what a narcissist does to you. They will repeat. So in case of Kamala Harris, just like a narcissist would to its victim, would tell the people that Trump is doing it, not me. When in case of, I'm doing all this to you. She said, what did she say? She said that she would, oh yeah, I didn't ban fracking. In fact, I opened up all these leases. But on day one, imagine this. Trump and Biden in 2020, they have all their debates and everything. Yeah, we'll keep the resources going, and the oil and then the gas and everything, XL pipeline, all of it. Coal power, you can't get rid of coal power. Not now anyways. So they feed them all this BS, what the people want to hear. And what they count on is ignorant people who don't listen to anything, or more interested in computers and technology. They don't care as long as they have those things. The very first day, I'm not kidding you, not the second day, the first day that Joe Biden got into office, he signed, I don't know the exact document that he signed, but he stopped like all the leases, all that stuff, energy. It's very tough to think. Energy independence was taken away, and more for like windmill power. I'm not saying that they stopped completely, because they didn't. But they put a lot of people out of business, a lot of families that depend on this type of stuff. Not just the rich people who benefit like that. And what happens when you do that is then you leave all the prices go up, and then those people, really rich people who do get to sell that, get stinking rich. So this is what I would do if you don't believe the things I'm telling you. Watch the debate in maybe 90 minutes, and as it goes along, start checking the facts. Start checking the facts. That's all you have to do. And you have to watch out for places like Reuters and Associated Press and all those types of places who call themselves fact checkers, but they're not. You have to go find the real truth. Go investigate. So, go look at Kamala Harris' face when he says that, when Trump says that Haitian migrants, or let's just say migrants, are cutting the heads off of ducks. So that is true. I watched the police video. She was laughing. She was laughing in that debate about that, but it's actually true. I watched the police report last night to make sure to see if it was. A woman, I don't know if she was, I believe she was, but I don't know if she was Haitian. She was, they're eating people's pets. This is what happens when cultures don't integrate properly and come from very tough places. So there's one thing. You know, the border thing's a lie. Roe versus Wade, now listen about this. Like, you just watch my last video and you'll understand. I don't want to give any more than that, but you know what God's view is. And you know, I do feel sorry for the people, the young women who are molested and then have to have a baby. But sometimes good things come out of that too. I mean, the child. Here's the bottom line of all this. If you vote in, if she gets voted in, that's all I'm going to say. If she gets voted in, this world is in for a hell of trouble. Why? Because she's a real communist. Look at her policies. Just that one policy alone, of leaving the border wide open, which is globalism. Think of the things that have happened through that. Rape, sex enslavement. How many women have been raped coming up to the countries, to America, wearing those wristbands and stuff like that? So just picture 18 million people have come through, and many have been turned away and killed. Think of the drugs, think of all the fentanyl, all that. That's her fault. She is solely responsible. She's got a very big part in it. Borders are right. Energy independence would go away. Another 4 years. Remember, all the cities were burning, and you know, BLM, and look, she won't even, like, okay, you know, the Palestine thing. I don't want people to die either, but I don't want those terrorists. I want those terrorists should pay. And they have their people, hostages. It's amazing to see. You know what? I was selling candles door to door the other day. I think I said this in my video. And there was a guy, and he was putting a sign at the end of his driveway. We support Palestine and all this type of stuff. And it's like, man, if you saw what happened on that day, up close and personal, you would change your mind. Unless, you know, maybe not, but I think most people would. You know, like we're talking about rape, burning people, torturing them, doing stuff that, like the Nazis, probably worse, at least as bad. So what happens? 2 times in a row, she refuses to talk to Netanyahu. Now, I understand there's a big issue with Israel, and you know, like, my only hope is that it stops. So anyways, if you vote for Kamala Harris, you're voting for communism. You're voting for a very bad thing. This is what all the fight since virtually 1917 or before that with Lenin. All the Cold War, Stalin, all that type of stuff. This is the stuff. You can steal under $1,000. We'll put you in jail, but we'll let you out. They've let murderers out. They've let rapists out. This is their policies. Let 3/4 of prisoners out. It's very destructive, and if she gets in, the nation will be utterly destroyed. It's hard to think of the consequences. And I understand you're going to be like, either way, if he gets in or she gets in, there's going to be an issue on the opposite side of the people, right? But I can tell you, if she gets in, it'll be much, much worse. To me, I believe this is the most important election of all time. It is. Why is that? Because the United States controls what happens in the entire globe. Whether you want to admit it or not, that is the truth. If they fall, so if they get tremendously weak, which they already are, look at Afghanistan. Look what happened there, man. Look at the train disaster. Look at Hawaii. It's just one disaster after the other, just like Justin Trudeau. They follow these people because their policies are horrendous. They're not really out for you. They're not for you. They're against you. They're more for people who are in another country. They don't believe in borders. Don't vote for these people. Thanks for watching. It does make me mad. And I don't want to get like that. But it's hard to explain to another person just how evil communism is. But it's here. We see it everywhere in the West. And it began, you know when, not that many years ago.